Have you ever found yourself staring at a growing to-do list while lying on the couch, feeling like a lead weight is holding you down? You know exactly what you need to do, but your body just refuses to move. It's a frustrating cycle of guilt and inaction that seems impossible to break. Most people think they lack willpower, but that is rarely the whole truth. Today, we are going to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. I am going to show you exactly how to build discipline when laziness feels like your default setting. Welcome to a journey of transformation, where we turn procrastination into progress. In this video, we aren't just talking about vague motivational quotes. We are diving into practical, science-backed strategies to rewire your brain. You are going to learn how to outsmart your lazy instincts and build a system that works for you, not against you. By the end of this session, you will have a roadmap to reclaim your focus and energy. Let's get started on building the most disciplined version of yourself.
First, let's redefine what laziness actually is. Most of the time, what we call laziness is actually just a high level of friction between you and your tasks. Your brain is wired to conserve energy, and if a task feels too big or too boring, your mind shuts down to protect you. It's not a character flaw. It's an ancient survival mechanism that has gone haywire in the modern world. Once you realize this is a mechanical issue and not a personal failure, you can start fixing it. Let's stop the self-judgment right now.
Discipline is not a superpower that some people are born with while others are left behind. Think of discipline like a muscle that needs consistent training to grow stronger. When you first start, it's going to feel heavy and uncomfortable, just like lifting weights for the first time. But every time you make a choice to do something despite not wanting to, you are performing a rep. Over time, those reps add up, and what used to feel impossible starts to feel like second nature. It all begins with the smallest possible movement. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for motivation to strike. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are notoriously unreliable and fleeting. If you only work when you feel inspired, you will be inconsistent for the rest of your life. Discipline is doing the work precisely because you don't feel like it. It is the ability to honor the promises you made to yourself yesterday. We need to stop relying on the spark and start building the engine. Have you heard of the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins? It is one of the most effective tools to kill procrastination instantly. The moment you have an instinct to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds. You count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you go. This countdown interrupts the brain's habit of overthinking and hesitating. It forces you to switch from your emotional brain to your logical prefrontal cortex. Try it next time you're stuck in bed scrolling through your phone. Next, let's talk about the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately without thinking. Washing that one dish, sending that quick email, or hanging up your jacket. These small wins create momentum. When you clear the small stuff, your mental space opens up for the big projects. It prevents the pile-up effect, where small chores become a mountain of stress. Discipline starts with the tiny things that most people think are too small to matter. Watch how your energy changes when you stop letting tiny tasks linger. Your environment is either a tailwind or a headwind for your discipline. If you want to study but your phone is right next to you, you are fighting a losing battle against dopamine. You need to design your space to make good habits easy and bad habits difficult. This is called environmental design. Hide the remote, put your gym clothes out the night before, and clear your desk of distractions. Make the path of least resistance lead to your goals. When your environment supports you, you don't have to rely so much on willpower. Did you know that your brain can actually get addicted to the feeling of being overwhelmed? When we have too much to do, we often freeze, which leads to more stress, which leads to more freezing. To break this, we must use the power of micro-habits. Instead of saying you'll work out for an hour, commit to just putting on your workout clothes. Instead of writing a whole chapter, commit to writing just one sentence. These micro-goals are too small to fail, making it impossible for your brain to argue against them. Identity is the most powerful driver of human behavior. If you tell yourself, "I'm a lazy person trying to get disciplined," you are fighting your own self-image. Instead, start saying, "I am the type of person who never misses a workout," or "I am a disciplined professional." When you change your identity, your actions naturally follow to remain consistent with who you believe you are. Every small action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. Cast your votes wisely today. Let's talk about the Seinfeld strategy, or the don't break the chain method. Get a big wall calendar and a red marker. Every day that you complete your chosen task, put a big red X over that date. After a few days, you'll have a chain that you'll want to keep growing. Your only job is to not break that chain. This visual representation of your progress provides a huge boost of dopamine. It turns your discipline into a game where the only rule is to keep the streak alive. Discipline requires energy, and energy requires proper fuel. You cannot expect to be a high performer if you are surviving on junk food and 5 hours of sleep. Physical health is the foundation of mental strength. When you are tired, your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for logic, is the first thing to shut down. This leaves your emotional, impulsive brain in charge, which always chooses the couch over the gym. Prioritize your sleep like your success depends on it, because it actually does. Morning routines are often overcomplicated, but their purpose is simple: to win the first hour of the day. If you start your morning by scrolling on social media, you are letting the world dictate your mood and focus. You are training your brain to be reactive rather than proactive. Instead, spend the first 30 minutes doing something that centers you, whether it's meditation, reading, or just drinking water in silence. Winning the morning gives you a psychological edge that carries through the entire afternoon. It sets the tone for a disciplined day. Social media is designed to be a discipline killer. The infinite scroll and constant notifications are engineered to keep you in a state of passive consumption. If you find yourself losing hours to your phone, it's time to set digital boundaries. Use app timers, turn off non-human notifications, or keep your phone in another room while you work. Reclaiming your attention is the first step to reclaiming your life. You cannot build a future if you are constantly distracted by the present moment's digital noise. Focus is a finite resource, and time blocking is the best way to manage it. Instead of a vague list, assign specific blocks of time to your most important tasks. When you are in a block, that is the only thing you do. No checking email, no snacks, no distractions. This creates a container for deep work where real progress happens. When the block is over, you are free to rest without guilt. This structure actually gives you more freedom, not less, by ensuring your work gets done efficiently. What do you do when you hit a wall? We all have days where our energy is zero and our motivation is nowhere to be found. The key is to have a low-energy protocol. This is a pre-planned set of activities you can do when you feel like doing nothing. Maybe it's just organizing your files or doing light stretching. By having a plan for your worst days, you prevent a total collapse of your routine. You keep the engine idling instead of turning it off completely. Consistency isn't about being 100% every day. It's about never giving 0%. Negative self-talk is the fuel for laziness. When you tell yourself, "I'm so lazy," or "I'll never finish this," you are literally programming your brain to fail. Catch those thoughts and reframe them. Instead of "I have to do this," try "I get to do this," or "I am choosing to do this for my future self." This subtle shift in language changes your brain from a victim mindset to a leader mindset. Be your own coach, not your own critic. Speak to yourself with the same encouragement you'd give a best friend. Let's talk about the eat the frog technique. This means doing your hardest, most dreaded task first thing in the morning. When you get the big, scary thing out of the way, the rest of your day feels incredibly light. If you leave it for later, it hangs over your head like a dark cloud, draining your energy all day. Finish the frog, and you'll feel a massive surge of accomplishment before most people have even finished their breakfast. It's the ultimate hack for building momentum and self-respect. Rewarding yourself is a vital part of the discipline loop. If you only work and never play, your brain will eventually rebel against the boredom. Create a system where hard work is followed by a meaningful reward. Finish that report, enjoy your favorite podcast. Work out 4 times this week, go see a movie. These rewards reinforce the work-reward pathway in your brain, making it easier to start the next time. Just make sure the reward doesn't undo your progress. Don't reward a healthy meal with a whole cake. Discipline is also about knowing when to rest. There is a huge difference between laziness and burnout. Laziness is an avoidance of work, while burnout is an inability to work due to exhaustion. If you push yourself 24/7 without recovery, your discipline will eventually shatter. Schedule your rest just as strictly as you schedule your work. Real rest, away from screens and stress, recharges your discipline battery. Learn to listen to your body so you can keep going for the long haul. Accountability can be a game changer. When we only answer to ourselves, it's easy to make excuses. But when someone else is watching, we suddenly find the strength to show up. Find an accountability partner, join a study group, or even post your goals publicly. Knowing that someone will ask you, "Did you do it?" provides that extra push when your internal motivation is low. We are social creatures, and we thrive when we are part of a community that values growth. Don't be afraid to share your journey. One of the hidden enemies of discipline is perfectionism. We often don't start because we are afraid we won't do it perfectly. We think if we can't do the full hour-long workout, there's no point in doing 10 minutes. This all-or-nothing thinking is a trap. Remember, done is better than perfect. A messy workout is better than no workout. A rough draft is better than a blank page. Lower your standards for starting, but keep your standards high for showing up. Perfectionism is just procrastination in a fancy suit. Visualize the cost of inaction. Instead of just thinking about how hard the work is, think about what will happen if you don't do it. Where will you be in a year if you keep giving in to laziness? How will your health, your finances, or your relationships look? This negative visualization can be a powerful motivator. It shifts the pain of working to the pain of staying the same. Often, the fear of regret is much stronger than the fear of hard work. Use that fear to propel you forward today. Now flip the script and visualize the benefit of action. Imagine the version of you that has achieved all your goals. Imagine the confidence, the energy, and the freedom you will feel. Hold that image in your mind whenever things get tough. You are working for that future version of yourself. Every disciplined choice is a gift you are sending forward in time. When you connect your daily tasks to a larger purpose, they no longer feel like chores. They feel like steps on a ladder to your best life. Discipline is a lifestyle, not a destination. You don't just become disciplined and then stop. It's a daily practice of choosing the long-term gain over the short-term pleasure. It's about building a life that you don't need to escape from. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to stay on track. You'll find that you actually enjoy the work because of the self-respect it brings. You are building a foundation that can support any dream you have. Keep building, one brick at a time. Remember to be kind to yourself when you slip up. You are human, and you will have bad days. The difference between a disciplined person and an undisciplined one isn't that the disciplined person never fails, it's that they get back up faster. Don't let one missed day turn into a missed week. Forgive yourself. Learn what went wrong, and start again immediately. Your progress isn't erased by a mistake, it's only stalled if you stop moving. The only way to truly fail is to quit permanently. Temptation will always be there. The key isn't to be stronger than temptation, but to be smarter than it. Avoid situations where your discipline will be tested beyond its limits. If you're trying to eat healthy, don't keep cookies in the house. If you're trying to work, leave your phone in another room. Outsmart your future lazy self by making those decisions while you are feeling strong. You are the architect of your own behavior. Build a world where your success is the most likely outcome. Let's recap the main points. Start with the 5-second rule to overcome hesitation. Use the 2-minute rule to clear small tasks. Design your environment to support your goals. Focus on micro-habits and identity-based changes. Keep a visual streak on a calendar. Prioritize your sleep and energy levels. And most importantly, always be willing to start again if you stumble. These aren't just tips. They are the tools of a disciplined life. Use them every single day until they become part of who you are. You have everything you need right now to change your life. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It is the highest form of self-love because it means you care enough about yourself to give yourself a better future. Don't wait for tomorrow or Monday or next month. Start right now. Even if it's just doing one push-up or writing one sentence, take that first step and feel the power of taking control. You are capable of so much more than your laziness wants you to believe. Thank you so much for watching and for investing in yourself today. If you found these tips helpful, please hit that like button to help this video reach more people who might be struggling. Don't forget to like and subscribe Noriyes Level Up channel for more updates and tips on mastering your mindset. Comment below with one small habit you're starting today. I'd love to hear from you. Keep showing up, keep pushing, and I will see you in the next video. Now, go get to work.